Can you see the screen, everyone? Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the tile we created last. So I'll just repeat this tile. Okay, so I want to create. So first, I will go to that particular layer where I want the tiles is to be created. So I will go to so already you are in the already in the tile layer. Okay, so you say hatch, then you go here, pick point, because I can't select the object here, so I use the pick point. I'll user define. Okay, yeah, the change you give. Suppose you want 200 by 200 tile, 200. Click these properties and click the double. That's how you do the user define. Did we learn area? How to calculate area? No. Can you tell me? Can someone tell me whether we have learned a command called
No, sir.
area? Okay. Area we have not learned. Okay. Okay. One or two important things we learn. Suppose I have a circle here. I have a rectangle here. So I want to find the distance between center of these two corners. What is the command I will use? I explained you many times this. What is the command? I want to find the distance between the center of the circle to corner of this building. What is the command? Any idea? Anyone? Distance command, D-I-S-T. We have learned this command, right? Distance command, D-I-S-T, write down. To find distance between 2 points, D-I-S-T, distance command. When you type D-I-S-T, he is asking first point. So I will say this corner as the first point. Second point, you want to show the center of the circle. Okay, so center of the circle is not on here. I am not on switch on the center of the circle. So what I will use is, I will use from this toolbar center and go here. You can see that he is showing the measurement 5231 is showing that. Click. So he'll type that value. So this is the distance. So Control F2 in the laptop, you can open the text screen 5231. So distance command, DIST, to find distance between 2 points. So DIST, show the first point, show the second point. Okay, always try to use the object snaps like intersection, midpoint, center point, like that you have to find. Okay, I have a line here. I want to find what is the length of this line. So one command is to use distance. Okay, but if you have an angular line, okay, there also you can use endpoint you can use. I can use another command called list, L-I-S-T, list to find the details of an object. So when I say list and click a line, enter, it shows me, click the Control F2. When I click list command, it gives me the object selected is line. It is in tile layer. The line start from XY coordinate this, then Y coordinate, X and Y coordinate, then it reaches to other XY coordinate. Z is 0 because we are doing in the 2-dimensional drawing only. And the length is 5110. Okay. So it gives you all the detail about that particular object. Suppose I select a list and select circle, enter. So it gives you Control F2. When you click circle, use the list command and circle, it gives you the center point. So what is the coordinate X and Y coordinate for the center line, and what is the radius, what is the circumference, and what is the area. It gives you all the detail of the object. Okay, so write down this command, list, L-I-S-T, list, to find the detail of an object. When you click a line, it gives you what type of the object it is, then layer, then start point, end point, length, etc. When you click a circle, it gives you layer, center point, circumference, radius, area, etc. So it's a very, very useful command. Okay, but I want to find the mid of this line, because in the list it does not give you midpoint. I want to find what is the coordinate there in the mid. Okay, so I will use a command called ID, identity, ID, and click. So he's asking where you want to find ID, specify point. So I will say mid, click. So this is the XY coordinate, X and Y. Okay, so to find the coordinate of any other point, you can use ID command, ID, to find the identity or the coordinate of a point. Okay, so this commands you can get from here. When you see here utilities, click here. This is the distance command. Distance, radius. Suppose you want to find the radius of the circle, just click this radius and click here. So it gives you the radius of that, diameter, etc. Utilities, measure. If you want to find the angle between 2 points, you can use the, you can see here, suppose I have a line. I want to find what is the angle between these two lines. So I will go here, utilities, under the measure, select the angle, select the first object, second object. You can see 68 degree. 68 degree. Okay. Now the next one is and here this is identity. Just now I explained you. Okay. You can get the calculator also from here. Calculators, you can multiply something. Copy that here and everything. Okay, you can use some calculations also. I want to find the area of this plinth area of this building. So I have to use a command called area. So let us see how to find the areas of objects. I'm just drawing a line. One object. I just created one rectangular inside. I have polygon. A circle. Okay. Now we are going to learn how to calculate area. How to find the area of this object. Area. When you type area, show the first point. Keep your object snap on, intersection and endpoint on. Okay. Second point, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and you have to show again the first point. Click, enter. So this is the area. This much square millimeter is the area, and it gives you perimeter also. Okay, so what is the command? Area. You can get from utilities also that command area. From under this area, you can see from here also can get from here. Volume is actually for 3 dimension. Okay, area, keep your object snap on. First point, second point, third point, and show all the points and come back, show the first point again. You have to close that. That gives you an area. Okay. But if it is a P line, suppose P line. This is a P line. So what is the difference between P line and line? P line creates single segment. And you can give width. You can draw
line creates different segments. P line creates single segment.
Yeah. And also in the P line, you can give width. You can draw arc, etc. Okay. So this is a P line, and this is a line only. Okay. Now I want to find the area of this P line. So there is a shortcut to find the area of this. When I say area, there is an object command here. Just click that object, or just say O, enter, select this. So you get the area of that. So P line, you need to show the corner and other thing. Just say area O, object. Any P line. Circle is a P line, right? Polygon is a P line. Rectangle is a P line. So if you want to find the area of such things, area O, that means object, and click that object, whichever object area you want to find. Okay. So area O, click this rectangle. So immediately it gives you the area. Okay. So that is a shortcut for finding the area of P line. Now the next thing is I want to add two areas. I want to find what is the area of this plus area of this. Okay, I want to find the area of this plus this. So I would say area. If I say area just show starting area of that particular object, what happens is when you enter, you are coming out from that area. Then you cannot show the next area, no? So if you want to add areas, you have to say area, add A. You have to start with A, add. Show the first area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, enter. Now show the second area. Second area, I can show this corner, or because this is a P line, I'll say object O, click, enter. So it gives you the full area now. Okay. The first area was this one, second area was this one, and the total area is this much. Total area is here. Okay. So it gives you the total area. This plus this. Okay. O, second area. This was the first area. This was the second area. So that's how you do the add areas. So write down. To add areas, area, then A, bracket, you say add. Show the first area, enter. Show the second area. If the second object is a P line, you just say O. That's how you add areas. Okay. Now, how to subtract? I want to find this area minus this area. Suppose you have a house in middle, there is an open area. So you want to subtract. So from this area, I want to subtract this. Okay. So we are going to learn how to subtract areas. So first I'll say area. Then I will say A, means add. Then show the bigger areas or whichever area you want to add. So I have finished that, press enter. Now you have to subtract. So type S, see here, subtract, S, enter. Every time you have to enter. I want to subtract this A. This is a P line, rectangle. So I'll say object O and click this. You can see, enter. So you get the net area. So this was the total area of the first area. This was the second area, this one, and you get total area. It automatically deducts. Got it? Area, is it clear? Should I repeat? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the area, this is very important. Many times you want to find the area of your building. So I want to find the plinth area of building. So I'll say area. So this corner. So you get the area. This one is a square meter. If there is an opening here, then we have to start with the area add, then show the first all area, then we say subtract and show that open area. So that is how you find the area. Lengthen command we have studied last time, right? You remember? Lengthen. Do you remember? Did we go lengthen command? I have a line here. I want to make it half of this, half. So I'll say lengthen. Select the object. It gives me, this is the length. 14,179. That is the length. I want to make it half. So I will go here percentage, P. And say 50%. 50, enter. And click here. See, it automatically cut that and came to 50%. Did we learn LEN? Lengthen. LENG THEN. Lengthen. LENG THEN. Lengthen command is used to increase or decrease the length of an object. You can increase or decrease. Okay. So when I say lengthen, you will ask me select the object. I have selected this object. So what do you want this? You can use the percentage to make it half. You can give the total length, how much you want. You can use the dynamic. You can use the delta. He told me when I click this lengthen, click this. You can see it is giving 14,179. I want to make it to 15,000. This length I want to make it to 15,000. Now it is 14,179. So I will use the total. And what the length you want total? 15,000. Type the 15,000. Enter. Now you select the object. So if you select here, this side it will increase. You select here, this side it will increase or decrease. Click. Enter. Now if you check LP the length command, you can see that it is 15,000 now. You can reduce also. You can make it 14,000. So again, total 14,000. So it reduces. See, whichever end you show, it reduces. So that is total. So I can make it half using percentage. So lengthen percentage P. So lengthen, select the object, give P, type the percentage you want, 50%, select the object. So it became half of the size. Undo. Okay, lengthen. Delta. Delta means you want to increment. How much increment? You want to increase by 1 meter. Every click you want to increase by 1 meter. So I will use delta. What is the delta length? 1,000. So you click. Every click it increases 1,000, 1,000 each. See? Click delta DE I will say minus 1000. In this case, it will decrease every click, it will reduce. Okay. So delta is by increment. How much increment you want? Like that. Okay. This dynamic is just by using your mouse, you can increase. Select the object, dynamic, lengthen, select object, dynamic. You see here, it is increasing or decreasing. That is dynamic. Same thing you can do, just click this also, you can do same thing, dynamic. So lengthen command, you have finished. I hope you got it. So today we have seen list list command, distant command, dist. Then we have seen how to find the radius, angle, area, ID. Then we learned area, lengthen, etc. We have seen. Okay. I also explained you last time divide and measure command. Correct? Divide. Suppose I have a line here. I have to divide into equal parts. I will use divide command. We'll go to the text command. How to create the text. So how will you create the text that we are going to learn now? So always create a separate layer. So I want to create a new layer. Create a new layer. New layer. Text. I'll create a color. So text layer, and the line type continuous. Line weight is default. Okay, default is 0.25. Make it to current. So I'm in the text line. So I want to write here bedroom, and what is the size we want to write. Whatever be the size, you write here. So I will use a command called text. Text. So first point. First we have to give what is the height. Height. So standard height we use is inside the room dimension we use 300. Okay, because we are drawing in 1:100 scale, 3 into 100, 300. That is the standard height we use. Small writing we can use 200, little bigger 300. Then title and other thing. So you want to say here ground floor plan, that you will use little bigger, say 400 or 500. Okay, so inside writing you can use the 300. So I'll say d text or text. It is the same text. So the first point, he is asking what is the height you want. So I'll say 300. Enter. Rotation angle. If you give 0, it writes horizontally. If you give 90 degree, it writes up. If you give 180, write in the reverse angle, reverse direction. Okay, so we want 0 only. So it is already 0 is there. Just press enter. Now he's asking text. What is the text you want to write? Okay, so I want to write here bedroom. Bedroom. Okay, now I want to write down the. So 1 minute. The text. First point, 300 height, 0 angle, bedroom. Okay, enter. Size. What is the size we have to write? I'm just writing approximately 3600 by 3000. It is not correct. I'm just to show you. Okay, so I have written here. Now I want to write here. Click here. Living room. Enter. So what will be the right length? You write 3000 by 7000, something like that. Okay. So we can click wherever you want. You can write. Then when you type 2 times, the measurement is completed. When you type 1, enter, it comes to the next line. When you make 2, enter, it completes the command. Then after that, you can move this little bit. Okay. See here, I want to write down here. Now, if I write the text here, it will come top of the tile. Okay. Let me see. Text. I'll go here. Click here. I want to, this is a bedroom. I may have to make a little smaller height. So I will make 200. As far as possible, use the same height. But sometimes the room is very small. You can't use the 300 there. Okay. So I will use here. I will want to say toilet. Enter. 2100. See now, he has written the tile are overlapping. Okay. So before doing the tiles, you have to create the tile. You have to create the text. Then only you have to do it. Okay. For example, I will erase this. So I already created the text here. Now I will go to tile layer, hatch, user defined. It is already user defined there. 200 by 200 tile, pick point. You can see that it is not overlapping the text. Okay, so before doing the text, before doing the hatch pattern tile, you create the text. Okay, note down this. So what are the steps involved in creating the text? You will say text. So the first point, then you say height. So bracket you write height, usually 200, 300, 500, etc. Then angle should be 0. Then type the text. When you press enter, it goes to the next line. If you want to change the location, just click another place wherever you want to start. Just click there. So the text will start from there. When you press enter 2 times, you close the command. That's how you do the text. I hope you got it. Okay. Now I want to create a different style, different font I want to use. So I have to create a different style. So this he has used Arial fonts to create this. So we have to go to style command, style, S-T-Y-L-E, style, you see, style, to create text style. Write down, style, shortcut is S-T, to create text style. Style. So you are coming to this particular screen here. You can see that standard, this is the default, and the standard text style create using Arial font. That is why you are getting Arial font. You can see the preview here. I'm going to create a new one. New. So I don't know what is the font name. You can check before going, or you can rename also. I will just say style. This is a new style I'm going to create. I will go here and check which style you want. Okay, I want to use this. So which is was. So this is the one. So this style one is using this font. So I know now name, so I can change if I want. I can keep a side one also, or I can change, rename. So I can give the same name here, EAUHAUS. Better to avoid the capital. EAUHAUS. It's always better to give the same name of the font as the style name. Okay. So this Bauhaus we created using this font, and you can see that width factor is 1. You can increase the width factor. You just see what happens if 1 is a standard width factor. If I make 1.5, see it is widening. So it is a widening factor, width factor. Same way I can reduce the width also, 0.7. It became thin. So I can use the width factor to make wide or thin using the width factor. Okay, standard one is 1. Okay, and you can see here height 0. This you have to keep always 0, this height, because if you provide here 200 or 300, what happens is when you create the text style, he will not ask you the height. He will use the 300. Sometimes you may require 200, sometimes you 300, sometimes 500. So it is better to keep here 0 so that you can change height whatever you want while typing the text. Okay, so keep the height as 0. So when you create style, you will say click new. So write down the command style, that is to create text style. So when you type style, this dialog box comes. New, give a name, select a font, and see that width is, this height is 0. Width you can change if you want. When you create the dimension and other thing, the width factor thin will be very nice. Okay, so it is depending upon you, an architect, you have to try different things. You can see width factor and change, and whichever style you want, you like it, you can use that. It's always 0 here. Okay, now Bauhaus as set current, and finally set current. Now whatever you type, that style comes. Text. BAUHAUS. See? So that's how you create the style. If you want to come back to Arial, you go to style, enter, select your standard, set current, come here, come back here. Text. Height I will say 500. Arial. Okay, that's how you use it. Now I want to correct this. I want to make some correction. I want to write here living room, not living. So I'll say text edit. Text edit. To edit a text. TEXT, text edit, to edit a text. So click and select this. Click here, room. So text edit, to edit a text. I hope you got it. So if you want to correct only, edit only, you can use text edit. But if you want to change the style, it's already this style, I want to change it to the new style which I created. I have to use properties. Properties, enter. You select this. So all the properties of this has come. Now you change the style here. You see here in under text style is using this is standard style. I will use the arrow button and use my latest, you see, Bauhaus. Okay, so and you can change the height also. Height also can change. 500. Okay, back to 300.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so properties. If you want to change the style, if you want to do the correction, if you want to make any other things, only except correction, you can use the properties command. If you want to do the correction here, you can, under the text, you go to the contents, you can correct also. Okay, so properties can use many things. You can change the style, you can change the height, you can correct it, you can change the layer, whatever you want, you can do. But if you want only correction, you go to text edit. Okay. I hope up to here it is clear. When I say text, and before showing the start point, there is a command called here justify. You can go to style from here also. You go to text and click the style. In this case, it will not show you the dialog box and other things. Okay, so you should know the name. So better to type the style and go. Okay, we are going to learn what is justify. When I say justify, there are so many options here. So I will, this is left align. That is when we type, usually it is using the default as left align. Okay, suppose you want to center align. Suppose in the approximately center of the room, I want to write the text. So I will use the text, and first I will say text, then I will say justify J, enter, C, center, enter. Now you show the start point. The height 300, angle 0. Now you write whatever you want. Say again another room. You can see that it is drawing from the our point. So whatever point we have shown, from there it writes. Okay, again justify center C. So the start point, center point, that will be treated as the center point, height 300. Okay, so that this was the point we have shown. So from there it goes to both the sides, and you get the center. So sometimes that is useful. In this particular case, it sent only horizontal only, not vertically. So if you want to get both horizontally as vertically, because this is the point I have shown. From here, it goes to this direction, and your text is above. Not exactly center of the text. So if you want to use both, horizontally as well as vertically, you have to use justify middle. You click middle. Click here. Now it adjusts both horizontally and vertically. It adjusts horizontally as well as the vertically where you have shown your point. From there, it goes to horizontally as well as the vertically. So now when you use the middle, exactly middle of the room, middle where you click the point. I hope you got it. Okay. Same way you can right align, text, justify J, right. So this is a point. You can show that it is writing based on the right align. Right align. So you have shown right. So once you have finished, you have to keep it back to left. Otherwise, next time when you start text, now you see text. See, it is right in there. So once you finish the alignment and everything, you have to keep it back to your default left. Another one is text, justify, align. can see here align, align, align. Here. Align, what happens is you show the first point, second point, you have to show the second point. I will just make the ortho on. Second point. Now you type whatever you want. I will say site plan. So it fits between 2 points. I have shown this point and this point. It fits between 2 points. Both the height and width is adjusted. Okay, depending upon the gap. First point was here, second point was here. So this gap, he aligns the text. Both the height and width is adjusted. Okay, so write down text J align. Show the first point, show the second point, type the text. So it aligns between 2 points. Both the width as well as height is adjusted. So that is aligned. Again, I will say text. Instead of justify J, I'll use a fit command. There is a fit here. Fit, F-I-T. So I'll say F. Again, you have to show 2 point, 1 point, second point. Here you have to give the height. You see, he's asking the height. I'll say 500. Enter. Now you type there, site. See, only the width is adjusted, height remains same. For the fit command, it fits between 2 points with a constant height. Fit command, fit between 2 points with constant height. So text, justify J, F, fit, show the first point, show the second point, give the height, type the text. So it fits between these 2 points with the constant height. It will ask height also, so you have to give the height also. Okay, there are so many other things that these are the main important things. And once you finish, immediately you set back to your left text, justify, you keep it back to left. Otherwise, every time will be coming center and whatever the last setup it will come. I hope you got this justify. Okay, so text justify. There are left is the standard one. Center, instead of center, you better to use middle so that it can adjust horizontally as well as vertically. Then sometimes you may use right because there may not be space on the left side. You'll be using right. Then align. Alignment fit between 2 points. Both the height and width are adjusted. Fit means fits between 2 points with constant height. Okay, then top left that's not required. Forget about that. Now I want to underline a text. I want to underline this. Okay, so text. Okay. So when he is asking text, whatever you want to underline, you have to say percentage U and type whatever you want. So automatically underline comes. So before starting the text, you say percentage U. U stand for underline. Suppose you are already finished and you want to underline this, you go to edit command, text edit, enter, and you go to the front here, just add there percentage U. So it's already add the underline. So percentage U is the underline. I want to say 100. I want to show here 100 degree. 100 degree I want. So 100 percentage D. D stands for degree. Text. First point. Height. When it's asking text, you will say 100 percentage D. Degree. Okay. Write down. Percentage D. If you want that, since you want the degree after the number, you will put percent D after the number. Okay. Text. For plus, very easy, just type plus. 100. Enter. Minus also you want, just say minus. Minus also there. 100. But how will you get plus and minus together? Suppose you want to show some levels. You want to give both plus and minus together, no? So what you do is percentage P for plus 100. So percentage P for pen, P, percentage P, which will create plus and minus together. Okay. And suppose you want 100 diameter. So 100 percentage C, circle C. You see the dia? So if you want to get the dia in the front, you will say percentage C 100. Okay, so percentage U for underline, percentage P for plus and minus, percentage D for degree, and percentage C for dia. I hope you got this. Is it clear up to here? Any doubt? Hello? Anyone is having any doubt? Specification. What will you do? Because this is a single writing. Suppose I want to write the specification text. I want to write here 300 height. I want to write here 1. All dimensions are in mm. Example I'm telling, because this you may want to write side the specification of that drawing. Second, the foundation should be taken down minimum 1.5 meter. Just I want to write something. So like this. Okay. When I finish the writing, and if I want to edit this, you can use the edit command also. Click. I have to correct this one by one. Text edit. I have to edit this. Then I have to edit this. If I want to, it is difficult because these are single object. So if you want to write that type of specification, you will be using a command called mtext, multi-line text, mtext. Write down multi-line text, mtext. M for multi-line text, enter. So multi-line text is basically used for writing the specification, paragraph, etc. So when I will say I have to show a window, so this is the window I am showing. and I can write whatever I want. It automatically goes to the next line. All are in MM. Just example I'm just writing. See, automatic goes to the next line. If you want to a particular second line itself, you want to a second item, then you press enter. Otherwise, you just type. Okay. So this is a powerful command. And when I say finish this out, you see that it's a single piece. Text edit. It is very easy to edit like a Microsoft Word. You can, and editing is very interesting that you need not do a percentage D, nothing is required. Just select this. You see here underline. See bold. See italic. Okay. And even you can, even if you have not created the text style, you can select whichever style you want. There are so many styles here. We are not created, but still you can use. See, this is the power of M-text. So this is a very interesting M-text. And once you come out and you see that I can click this and I can adjust now these two are in two lines. I want single line. Just make it bigger, make the window bigger. You see, you can adjust the window also. Okay, you can adjust. Many things you can do. Text edit. Select this. You can use the bullets. You want to write 1, 2, 3 items. So number. So right. When you write, when you want to use the bulleting, you have to write it. There should be proper gap. Okay. So bulleting you can use. Bulleting you can use the lettered also. Lettered. Lower letters. You can write A, B, C, D, whatever things you want. So bulleting you can use the spacing, and you can tell the spelling. You can check the spelling also. See, this underline is coming. That means this spelling is wrong, something like that, because the spell check is on. Okay, suppose I write here concrete. I know the spelling is wrong. Concrete. You see that concrete underline because the spell checking is on. You want to check the spelling. Keep the spelling on. Right click. You get this correct one. Concrete. So you can correct this also using the spell check. Okay. Now next question is I want to have 100 square meter. I want to write, which is not possible. Like percentage is not there. I want 100 square feet. 2 square root. Square root I want to put. So here you go to symbols and see here square. Click that. So automatically it put the square. Okay. You want to cubic meter. You want to write. Go to symbol. Cube. You get the cube. Suppose 100 raised to 15 you want. 100 raised to 15. First you have to write 100. Then space. Then you write 15. Okay. Then you select this and go here. You see here, this button you have to press. So 100:15 you get. I repeat again. So this is possible only in the mText only, text edit. So I want to write 100:25, 100, then give a space and write 25. Select this 25 and go here X2, click. So it becomes 100:25. You can use this 25. Okay, so many things are there. All are not useful. Some may be useful. I hope you got these ideas. So mtext is very powerful command. You can use many times that, especially when writing specification, underline, everything is very, very easy to use. Okay.